Today is October 11th, 2025. Today after Summit Mall. You know, these people are so ridiculous. They will not bully me anymore. I won't put up with it. They're so stupid. You know, my new husband and I, we keep our place immaculate. Not immaculate, but pretty damn well clean. And the investigators, her and her husband, work on that apartment all the time. Our dishes are done. They're at least in the dishwasher. There's not a dish usually in the sink. I mean, he keeps his one coffee cup on the counter of it. That's it. We keep the laundry up. Take the trash out every day. Beds made. Whole house gets re-swept, swiffered every week, dusted every week. Bathrooms get cleaned. Trash gets taken out regular. There's not dirty towels laying around, nothing. See, that's where we may have like our house coat set out or something silly like that. But our house is very, very clean. Okay? May have some bills on the table that I need to finish getting them off the table. But nothing horrible. See what I mean? But, yesterday was where we do what you call a deep cleaning, where we go use the Swiffer, sweep everything. Most we have is a little pile of dust where you get underneath the furniture. Even have a big, huge, fuzzy duster and use it on the ceiling fans around the top of the cupboards. Get everything immaculate, or not immaculate, but very, very clean. Extremely clean. Every week. Well, my coats, I am, especially any kind of like a pleather coat, if I have to wash it, I turn it inside out. My husband is OCD. He has to, if you take your clothes off, if I'm going to put them in the washer, I don't care if they're straightened out before they go in the washer. They're going in the washer. Unless you have to spray something with spray and wash, I don't care. It's all going to get washed anyways. Straighten it when it comes out. But he has to straighten stuff to go in the washer. OCD. Well, I have my coat inside out to wash it. Now, I've been in there fuzzy, dusting. I come around and I looked at him. I'm like, Carl, I have the fuzzy duster. And I'm like, did you turn my coat inside out? If we wash it that way, it'll run the fabric. And as I'm talking to him, the fuzzy duster comes off. And I'm like, look. And we have this ongoing joke. I bought him for Easter a rabbit. It's silver, it has glasses like him, and we call it Carl Bunny. And that Carl Bunny gets in trouble all the time, and it's an ongoing joke. And one day, he had done something really wrong. I said, do you know what you did? And I took the little rabbit, and it's like, nee, 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 nee. And I said, and you know what happens to Carl Bunny? Turn it over and like smack the stuffed animal. He started laughing. He's like, poor little guy, and he hugged the rabbit. And it's like, look, Carl Bunny, yum, 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 yum. Carl, are you eating sugar? It's good. And then have the rabbit fall over. It's like, what's wrong? My sugar is 400. It's like, you knew better. It's an ongoing joke. Like, do. You did not go to the bathroom outside. That'll get you arrested. Go like this. And that rabbit will hate you forever. And, we'll just joke about it. Any kind of anything silly or stupid. Or, did you drink too much orange juice? Have him sitting there holding a bottle of orange juice. The rabbit with orange juice. And, what's your sugar? 350. Flop. It's an ongoing joke. So when I sat there with the fuzzy duster and this big, long, foot-long fuzzy duster to do the top of ceiling fans, and I'm like, Carl, you did not turn my coat inside right before I wash it because it'll ruin the thing. And I said, it's not going to be Carl Bunny in trouble this time. And the fuzzy duster came off, and we were laughing about it. Well, those idiots showed up today. She was arguing. The fuzzy duster came apart. Not to be. It's like there was no abuse. There was nothing but a joke. We even told his daughter about it. See, that's where they will not bully me. You have no right in my home. And who the hell do you think you are? And they're like, she shouldn't be allowed around him. And because they want him committed to a nursing home, they want, oh my God, I even had people show up and say they tried to say there was something wrong with her and that she was incompetent. Look at all the places she took him, and she brought him clear up here. Dear God, we went shopping like 40 miles away in a different mall. And look, she brought him up here. They got around and did all that. Yeah, it's because of making up shit. Making up shit. It's like you will not have... See, that's where they lied. That they can get an attorney to find you incompetent, put you in a nursing home, steal everything you got. The law states, and it comes down to the law states. The law states if an attorney tries to get you found incompetent, to put you like into a nursing home or to steal your stuff, it is a federal crime. It's a minimum of 5 years, 10, 15 years. It's a type of extortion. Even to turn it over to anybody else. It is not their place. If a child tries to get you found incompetent to take your land or money, it's coercion and extortion. It is a good 20 years. So where they were pulling this back in 18, we'll have an attorney find you incompetent or insane, we'll steal everything you got, da-da-da-da. Well, Michelle bragged that she was going to do it, told his son Rick that they had it all set up in Youngstown. He could bash him in the back of the head, take him out there. The attorney would find him incompetent, and he would walk off of his farm. You will not do that to my husband. You will not kill him. You will not bash his head in. You will not find him incompetent. There's nothing wrong with him. To actually be found incompetent. Now, I've already talked to attorney Kathy Stoneman, and I already knew it anyways. It takes an ongoing diagnosis of dementia or Alzheimer's. Okay? And as soon as you get diagnosed with it, you're not found incompetent. It takes a couple of years. It's an ongoing progress of the decline of your mental capability, of your brain dying. You have to have something wrong with your brain, that your cognitive disorder is slowly going backwards. You can't know what day it is. You don't know what who the president is. You can't get from A to B by yourself. You can't do your own grocery shopping. You can't do your own dishes. You can't do your own laundry. You can't give your own medicine. You can't dress yourself. Different things. You cannot take care of yourself. And then that doctor that has took the progress of the mental decline, they take it to the courts, which then order a competency hearing. Then you get a guardian. And then even with this, the guardian cannot sell your land. They can't take your money. You can still sell your land, and they can't say a word to you. It's yours. Everything that you own stays yours. And every amount of money that you have has to be for your care, your thing, everything for you. And now the government's over it to make sure that you don't steal from somebody who's handicapped, or you go to jail for stealing and exploiting a handicapped person, which is a bigger federal crime. See how much they can't do this? And it's right on Google. It's right on Google. Not only did attorney Kathy Stoneman in Carrollton tell Carl they can't do it, they can't even request one. It's illegal for them to even request it. It's not their place. It's a federal crime. See, that's where they're playing Rick, where Michelle said she wanted Carl's land. And where September 30th, 25, where that biker confronted her. If you're the one that told her new husband's family they could bash his head in, take him out to Youngstown, have him found in an attorney, find him incompetent, throw him in a nursing home and walk off with his land. Well, I really wanted it. Well, it's ruined if they had something set out up there. I know, I'm sorry. She's not sorry. She's evil. See, today, after I did a video of "you will not do this to my husband," we went to go down to Dutch Valley Restaurant. There was guys laughing. He said, I listened to that and I liked it. You will not do this to my husband. You will not do this. You will not do this. I like that. And that's where it's like these people, where I went through a drive-thru, they went to say something stupid about us joking around with that fuzzy duster, and I'm like, did you turn my coat inside wrong? You will ruin the thing, and the fuzzy duster goes off. Where I've been up there swiffering off the ceiling and the roof, or the ceiling and the top of the cupboards, and it just fell off. It was funny. And see, that's where they were trying to make something that wasn't there. And, oh, she should never be allowed around him. Trying to get him all his stuff stolen, where his kids are trying to either threaten to kill him, steal from him, because Michelle wants the land. Where Rick told little Rob he is in debt. He makes $200,000 a year. That's where he's messed up in drugs, or he did a fool's bet. And his debt is not our problem. And you know what's something? If he would have waited 10, 15 years, he would have got it. But because you threatened to kill me, you threatened to kill my husband, you threatened my relationship with him, you threatened his life and his existence, you get nothing. You're not entitled to nothing in life but people's goodness and grace of what they choose to leave you. You're only entitled to your paycheck that you owe, that you work for. And that's it. And when people realize they're entitled to nothing in life, see, and then because Dutch Valley Restaurant was so packed, we went back to New Philly. We went to KFC. Some lady was in the bathroom for a long time. She comes out and I watch her. I seen these guys come in, watching them. And I'm watching them talk. She said, I heard people say stuff through that drive-thru, through the car speakers. They're actually saying stuff to her. They said Agent John's listening. He said, I know. He said, I already told these people not to say a word to her ever again in her life. How dumb were they having someone like Michelle on their team that tells on everybody for everything they're doing? My God. She already told on her and her father for doing all this because they were in debt to drug dealers. And all these people helped out with a scam so that they could pay off those drug dealers. And she already confessed her and her dad were even human trafficking. I told these people never to say a word to her in her life again. Uh-oh. Now, we're going to have a talk where Michelle did confess to human trafficking September 30th, 25, about 1 o'clock in the morning. A biker showed up. The guys running this said no one's ever allowed to say a word to her ever again. They found out this whole thing was a debt from your family to some drug dealers. Is that what's going on? Yes. I'm sorry. Does she even know who you are? No. And I don't want her to know who I am. So if I knock on that door and she answers it, she will never, not even know who you are. No, and I don't want her to know who I am. You had her skull crushed in and you had her raped and tortured because your family was in debt to those drug dealers? Yes. I'm sorry. I listened to her friend Matt and her talk on September 13th, 23, and that the Ohio drug dealers were threatening that agent's life because they thought he let all those people be human trafficked, and it was your family? Yes. Because you were in debt to those drug dealers? Yes. And your family human traffic people because you were in debt to those drug dealers? Yes. I'm sorry. She's not sorry. She's evil. She just sings like a canary when you confront her. Hmm. And then that thing about my husband and his family telling him what they could do, and she's sorry, and she really wanted that land. That's why Rick has to have it now. So drug deal or stupid bad, huh? See, they said this whole thing is a bet between two gentlemen. Announced in 1819. One bet that he could be so cruel he could push me into suicide. The other one bet that he could make me give up everything in life and have people participate in it. That's Michelle's dad's bet for Michelle to get everything. The scam he ran. December 1824, Walmart 62. The two guys that walk in. Karen didn't know who Michelle was till January, February of 19. No, I made sure of it. People said she threatened her, and if she threatened her, I didn't care what happened to her. And I told the drug dealer that no one would ever want her after everything that was done to her. He had done to her to leave her alone. I heard Karen's getting remarried. I knew she had it in her. That's supposed to be Michelle's dad. Okay, and he's in it with drug dealers making bets. And if you go January 30th, 25, Walmart 62. Guy comes in with, he had a guy follow me in Carrollton, Ohio, and he showed up at Walmart 62. How he had found out that Terry Coverly almost see me almost could be kidnapped, and that it was a medication error that made me sick before and fraud. And he's like, I feel really bad. I already told her ex-husband that when they called out of my office to say he wasn't there anymore, that the police said they had rights. Okay, and I already told these people I didn't think any of this funny when I found out Karen didn't know who Michelle was. Well, he knew that. But he admitted he was in with my ex-husband and the drug dealers making bets. And if you go January 5th, 25 investigators thought he was the agent over my case. He's not. He's the guy from Maslin. What is this? Another FBI agent lied to the U.S. Marshal. She was weird with herself. We always knew it was photoshopped of washing herself in the shower. And they photoshopped that, and they drugged her and told her to say it before. We have the agent over case tape saying that he let all this happen because he thought she threatened his daughter. Was the FBI getting even with her because they thought she threatened one of their kids? To find out that she didn't even know who they were, who she was. Do they realize how funny this is? He's not the agent on my case. He's the guy from Maslin. See, then you got to think where Dave already hired the Florida drug cartel. That's where I was almost kidnapped in front of Terry, almost carjacked, and Dave took off. And then that weird couple showing up in March of 18. Does he think it's funny bringing her here, that young blonde girl? And then the old parents that were sitting with them. Talking about Dave, and I'm trying to ask him who they are, and she's ramming her body in the back of the booth till she knocks me forward. It's like, who are those people? I don't know. And he glares at him. Told Nanny some crazy blonde girl was throwing her body in the back of Mom's booth. Okay? They were already there by March of 18. So Dave already knew him. And since this guy, where they said, what is that guy's problem in Maslin helping people get away with crimes, he can't do this. Why is he involving himself in crimes? Because he's attorney for the drug cartel. And apparently made a fool's bet. For this whole thing is a bet between two gentlemen. One bet he could push her to be so cruel he could push her to suicide. The other one bet he could make her give up everything in life and have other people participate. Winner takes all. Like they said, you are to bet everything you have in life. You walk off with just your clothes. So if everybody wouldn't have helped Michelle and her dad, what would have happened? They would have walked off without with just their clothes on. They would have been homeless. Everybody that helped participate, if you would have given them $100, they would have been set. Do you know what happened? Thousands of people died. Where she confessed to human trafficking, she sold women and children. She sold women and children for sex slaves and to be murdered, her and her family. They had me human trafficked, my skull bashed in, raped and tortured, sold videos of it. Sold FBI case, and the technology. Made millions off of it. Do you know how many people and thousands of people, women, children, teenage boys, teenage girls, little boys, grown women, people's mothers, sisters, brothers, wives, girlfriends, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, people's hearts and souls were sold for sex slaves and be murdered because her and her family was dead. But she's sorry. She's not sorry. She's evil. So is her family. Where that guy said, my God, I told these people, are they crazy? Having someone like Michelle, part of this, that told on everybody, oh, she's a police or an agent's dream come true and want somebody who sings like a canary. So all you people helped kill all these people because they were in debt to drug dealers. They would have walked off. You bet everything you have in life. You had to make a second bet. Where Dave already hired the Florida drug cartel, he already knew Dave needed a sap and sucker, somebody willing to kill his wife, wouldn't care if they hurt him in front of people. Needed to run another scam. Make a second bet. Winner takes all. Ran the biggest scam in the world. Drug confessions, photoshopping and washing, and then setting off a hate crime. And then fooling every kind of fool there is that he could do this. Special permission, fake sodium pentothal. They admitted to using hypnotic drugs on me that caused the mental taste, no memory. I never seen her talk to these people. I literally would take a shower. Now, the well water was orange. It took us a couple months to get a water treatment system in there. I would take a shower, dry off, get in bed, wake up with orange, lemon, grapefruit sized bruises all over me, throwing up and severely infected. Personal area. Thought it was well water giving me cancer. I would wash my hands. I come in, wash my hands, make something to eat and drink. 2-liter Diet Coke. Pour it in a glass. Go in and use the bathroom, wash my hands better. Come out, take a drink. And the room would go dizzy and black. People have even said, it's not even funny. She didn't even remember them walking up and jabbing her with needles and injecting her. No, I don't. That drug works that fast. Where they were drugging her and telling her to say it before. With those kind of drugs. You're sleepwalking. Makes you nauseous, and when it wears off, you're throwing up. And no memory of what happened. Orange, lemon, grapefruit, sized bruises, throwing up, heart racing, severely impacted till your personal area swollen, and thing where they were human trafficking me because her family was in debt. Should have just let them walk off and be homeless. Everybody take up $100. People, you would have saved lives. Where did everybody else's life become useless? That little children that were sold for sex slaves and be murdered just because they were in debt to drug dealers and they didn't want to be homeless. Where did they become so great and powerful? And how dare you participate in such evil crimes? To me, she should be prosecuted for every death. Her and her family. Her confession for human trafficking. That guy said Agent John's been listening. He's been fooling all of us. He's been getting on everybody. Tell everybody never to say a word to her what those people did. You're a fool if you do. You shouldn't join the thousands that went to jail off of this. I'm gonna upload this.